I have an ebook at Amazon that I self-published called Voices from the Inside, Letters from Famous Prisoners. A diversity of prisoners are represented. Charles Manson and several of his associates, including Charles Tex Watson, Lynette Squeaky Fromme, and Bobby Beausoleil are all in there. Carlton Michael Gary, who was the Columbus Stocking Strangler and is now dead. He was executed, is in there. Ian Brady, the male half of the Moors murderers child murdering team, is represented in there. Eric Robert Rudolph is in there. David, son of Sam, Berkowitz is in there. Lawrence Pliers Bittaker of the Toolbox Murders is in there. Jeremy Stonemeyer, the casino murderer, is in there. Betty Broderick, known for the murders of her ex-husband and his new wife, is in there. And Pam Smart is in there. I also have a couple of people who aren't so famous. Nanette Packard Johnson in there for the financially motivated murder of one boyfriend together with another boyfriend. And somebody who's kind of an outlier, William Hetherington, whom I believe to have been innocent and is now no longer in prison. He was in there for the newly created crime of spousal rape. I was often asked, why did I correspond with these people? Very often I corresponded with them, at least at the beginning. I wrote to them because I wanted to ask them a question. It was as simple as that. I wanted to find something out. Okay, I'll give you an example. I read in Charles Tex Watson's biography, his memoirs, Will You Die For Me, that he and Susan Atkins had a cachet of speed that they kept hidden from Charles Manson, that they lied to him about. Okay, now, if he was willing to commit murder for Charles Manson, why wasn't he willing to give up the indulgence of taking a drug that Manson disapproved of? I just had a question for him. And he actually liked that question. He liked it so much that he addressed it in one of his articles in his monthly website, Abounding Love Ministries, Alms. He said he liked the question. I had written something called the Manson Myth. I wanted Charles Manson's reaction to it. So I sent him that article, and in order to try to get his reaction. I also had read Fromme describe so that we've been living in a matriarchy, and I wanted to know what she meant by that. So I wrote to her to ask her about it. It was things like that. Now, in the case of both David Berkowitz and Lawrence Bittaker, they're both adopted. And now I don't want to scare people about adoption or away from adoption, because adoption is a good option if you are faced with an unplanned pregnancy, and a much better option than abortion. But, because of the fact that adoptees are overrepresented in serial murder, I wanted to ask them about this. And that's why I wrote to them, to ask them about what I thought the connection was between adoption and serial murder. Okay, and again, I don't want to scare